Hi everybody, welcome to Four and Out. This is the final Four and Out episode of the semester. I'm Pat O'Rourke. I'm joined by Alex Hirsch. And Alex, I guess the big question tonight with the Celtics and the Warriors facing off here in Boston, can the Celtics beat the Warriors?
I think they can. I think the Celtics can beat them. Do I think they'll beat them? No, I don't. I think that the Warriors will actually win this game and go on to, I believe, 24 straight? But I think,
to start the season.
Yeah, to start the season. But the Celtics, they do have an amazing defense. And I think if Marcus Smart were back for this game, that would maybe make the difference because Klay Thompson is questionable for this game, and that's 18 points that's gone from the Warriors right there. So I think if Klay Thompson doesn't play, the Celtics have a better chance. But if Klay Thompson does play, I think the Celtics are going to struggle in this one. But I do think that they have more of a chance than most teams because of how good their Celtics defense is. What do you think?
I'm going to take it a step further and say they will beat the Warriors.
Yeah?
I like the matchup. I think this, like you said, the Celtics have a great defense. Mm-hmm. And Brad Stevens is going to outcoach Luke Walton, who's the interim for the interim coach for
Steve Kerr.
The interim for Steve Kerr right now. And I think they put Avery Bradley on Steph Curry. I think Steph Curry is really the straw that stirs the drink on that team. Everything runs from him. You get him off that game, I wouldn't say they're beatable, but they're certainly not nearly as good as they are when Steph Curry is hot and Steph Curry is on his game. So I think Avery Bradley puts Avery Bradley on him, and Steph Curry's rethinking his basketball. We should be doing.
Well, one of the things that's definitely going to be necessary if they want to win this game is Jared Sullinger's recent string of amazing rebounding has to continue. But speaking of Steph Curry, though, is he the best player in the NBA right now? A lot of people think he might be better than LeBron James. Is Steph Curry the best in the NBA?
I'm not ready to say he's better than LeBron. I still think LeBron is the best player in the world. I still think LeBron is on the top of his game. I know he's about to turn 31, but I still think he's a few years away from really kind of taking a few steps back. I think he's a specimen. There's certainly a specimen in the front court. Can do so many different things, and is really a good player a great player on both sides of the ball. I don't think Curry's better than him yet, but I think he's certainly closing the gap.
I'm going to disagree with you on this one. I do think LeBron James overall is a better player. But right now, if we're talking right now in the NBA, Steph Curry is the best player in the NBA right now. He's the only player averaging over 30 points per game. He's also averaging over 7 assists per game. He can play defense, unsuspectingly good defense actually, gets many steals, and his shooting percentage is out of control. I mean, he's mostly a shooter, and he's shooting over 50% and shooting over 45% from the three-point line. It's incredible what he is doing right now. So yeah, I do think he's the best player in the NBA right now. But I do think that LeBron James overall through his career, better player. When both of them are retired, he's accomplished more. And when they both retire, both of them are retired, we'll look back. I still think we'll think LeBron James was the better player than Steph Curry. But right now, Steph Curry, best player in the NBA.
Yeah, and it's certainly going to be a lot of great battles, I think, with LeBron and Steph Curry over the next few years.
Hopefully in the finals, yeah, we hope so.
But on to the Patriots now. Obviously, going to Houston this weekend. Mm-hmm. What do you think? What do you think about the Patriots right now? How important is this game for them?
Pat, I think this game is right now. At this point, it's the most important game of the season. The Patriots are in third place right now in the AFC. Patriots need that bye. They are a really unhealthy team right now, and they need that bye. Now, if they win out the rest of the season, they can get the bye because Cincinnati and Denver, who are 1-2 right now, have to play each other. So when one of them loses, we get to take the other spot. Now, we might not necessarily get the number 1 seed, but if we can get the number 2 seed, that will go a long way. So we have to win out the rest of the season, which means every game from here on out is extremely important because we need a healthy team. Gronk practiced today, Edelman practiced today. They're not playing this week most likely. So we need them back, and with an extra bye week in there, that could go a long way for this team. What do you think?
Yeah, the bye obviously is huge for them. I don't know if they need to win out. I still think Denver and Cincinnati are going to lose a game or two. Certainly, they've played each other head to head, so one of them has to lose. Yeah, has to lose one. So unless they tie, which is obviously
I guess it's a possibility. Donovan McNabb's quarterbacking. Bengals did last time, so it was against the Bengals.
Yeah, but I think the bye is important. I don't think it's incredibly important. I think this team could. They just have to get healthy. And once they get Gronk back, once they get Edelman back, The week of rest is important. Not having to going a full week without playing a game would be very, very big. But I think they can get away with going to the wild card round and maybe 12-4, and then run through the playoffs. It's certainly better than anyone in the AFC when they're healthy.
One thing though that is going to be crucial though for the Patriots the rest of the stretch and going to the Super Bowl is obviously it's Tom Brady, and Tom Brady hasn't actually played that well the last couple weeks. Now, statistically speaking, he's played pretty decently. Fantasy-wise, he's putting up monstrous points. But for the most part of the season, when he was the far and above the best player in the league and was leading the MVP talks, he was playing a full, complete 60 minutes of amazing football. That's dropped off the last couple of weeks. Is Tom Brady's season on the decline right now?
When we talk about Tom Brady's statistics and individual statistics, what we forget is that football is a team game.
Sure.
And you look at that's going to happen with any quarterback when you lose a player like Dion Lewis, when you lose a player like Rob Gronkowski, when you lose a player like Julian Edelman. They've had some injuries in the offensive line. So I think there's, and you look at the way the receivers played last week, man, they were putrid. Like Giselle said, you can only throw him. You can't catch him as well. So, and it's true. It's true. And the offensive line has not been good. They've been ravaged with injuries. The receiving corps has been ravaged with injuries. So, he can only do so much. And when they're not at full strength, then yeah, his numbers are just naturally going to slide back as they have in the past few weeks.
Well, I do think his execution is a little bit off lately, and I think that's not just him. I think that has to do with Josh McDaniels as well. There's been some questionable play calling, specifically at the end of the first half, going into halftime. Patriots with the ball with a good amount of time and timeouts, and for some reason we're not trying to score. So, but I think that those situations where we haven't been able to pile up the score has led to Tom Brady making some questionable throws in situations where they need to score when we shouldn't have had to need to score. We should have already been up by a lot because of those play callings. So I think it's a little bit of both. I wouldn't say his performance is really dropping off though. He's still been incredible in certain stretches. Yeah. And you're right. I think with certain injuries, play is going to drop off when you lose Gronk, when you lose Edelman, when your offensive line is hurt, when you're losing Dion Lewis as well. That's gonna hurt you, and Tom Brady's stats will drop off. And I'm not willing to say he's going to take the decline like Peyton Manning took in the midway through point of last season yet. Tom Brady's still got a couple of years left here at least. But
I think Tom Brady's also healthy right now as opposed to Manning.
He's healthy, but his play does need. I think it does need to get back up there, if anything. Prediction time though. All right. Patriots, Texans in Houston, Sunday night football. What's your take?
Well, I don't think it would be a Texans game without J.J. Watt getting like 6 sacks and the Texans still lose. So I'll say the Patriots. I'll say Watt does get his sacks in. I think he's going to get I think he'll force a safety too. That's my big prediction. And last second kick by Steven Gostkowski, and the Patriots win 5-2.
5-2. Yeah. That's your prediction.
Yeah.
So the Patriots are going to get a safety as well?
Yes.
Okay. So a more realistic prediction I'll make. But anyways, I'll make the more realistic prediction. I think the Patriots do win this one. I do think it's close, though, and I think it's determined by probably a Gostkowski field goal. I'm going to go with a 21-18. I think it'll be a pretty interesting game. But I can't see Brian Hoyer being able to beat us. That's just the thing. So I think Patriots win this one. But it's going to be more of a defensive battle than it will be an offensive battle. So
clearly, I had them winning 5-2, so we agree there. So yeah, there's one thing we agree on.
We agree on that. That's all we got though for today for 4 and Out. This is our last episode. We hope you enjoyed the series. Hopefully, it will be coming back next semester. But I'm Alex Hirsch, alongside the sports editor of BU News Service, Pat O'Rourke. Signing off for the last time. Have a good winter break.